Today we have 4 major crypto news stories. First, will the victims of FTX get their money back and see justice served? Next, prosecutors seize FTX's Robinhood shares bought with your money. After that, find out which celebrities are being held accountable for helping Sam Bankman-Fried earn billions. And finally, a third FTX insider turns on Sam Bankman-Fried. Will this mystery person get a plea deal too? Watch to the end to find out. FTX victims. Claim your justice now. The U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of New York has released an email address for victims of the FTX collapse to reach out to a coordinator and verify whether they qualify as victims in the ongoing lawsuit against Sam Bankman-Fried, the former CEO of FTX. As the FTX exchange continues to take its toll on businesses across the industry, U.S. authorities are lending a helping hand to those who feel they may have been affected by its collapse. In a recent statement, the prosecutors highlighted the criminal charges filed against Bankman-Fried, which include wire fraud, conspiracy to commit money laundering, and defrauding customers and investors of FTX, amongst others. The prosecutors have also outlined the 10 rights of the case victims according to U.S. laws, which include the right to be reasonably protected from the accused, the right to reasonable, accurate, and timely notice of any public court proceeding, and the right to full and timely restitution, amongst others. The trial of Bankman-Fried is set to take place on October 2nd, and if found guilty, he could face up to 100 years in prison. With recent reports of lavish spending of customer funds on luxury hotels and personal expenses, the probability of Bankman-Fried retaining his freedom seems slim. Caroline Ellison, the former CEO of FTX's sister company, Alameda Research, has already pleaded guilty to fraud and conniving with Bankman-Fried to misappropriate customers' funds. Brett Harrison, the former president of FTX US, has also hinted that he is willing to share information about the possible shady dealings of the company. If you believe you may have been a victim of the FTX collapse, we encourage you to reach out to the victim or witness coordinator in charge of the case via email to verify your status as a victim. Have you or anyone else you know been affected by the FTX collapse? Share your experience in the comments. FTX assets seized, billion-dollar fallout. The U.S. government is seizing various assets linked to the bankrupt crypto firm FTX. According to a recent court filing, the Department of Justice will be seizing around $500 million in Robinhood shares that were acquired by FTX's former owners, Sam Bankman-Fried and Gary Wang. The holdings were seized through a holding entity, with the shares being held in an ED&F man brokerage account with headquarters in the UK. The court documents also states that assets connected to alleged crimes such as wire fraud and money laundering are among the frozen assets. FTX filed for bankruptcy on November 11, 2022, and asked a federal court to decide who the rightful owner of the Robinhood shares was. However, multiple parties, including FTX creditor Jonathan Byrne-Shimon, BlockFi, and Bankman-Fried, have all claimed ownership of the shares. The shares were held in principle by co-founders of FTX, Bankman-Fried, and Wang through their holding company, Emergent Fidelity Technologies. The current FTX CEO, John Ray III, also requested for the shares to be frozen late last month. The U.S. government's decision to seize these assets has raised some questions, with American lawyer Robert Shapiro stating that these products may not be subject to bankruptcy derivatives and therefore may not need to be frozen. Brian Gluckstein, an attorney for FTX from Sullivan & Cromwell, has said that those confiscations have nothing to do with the ongoing Department of Justice investigation into Bankman-Fried, but rather with the bankruptcy case of FTX as a civil matter. What are your thoughts on this situation? Do you believe the U.S. government's decision to seize these assets is fair or unjust? Let us know in the comments below. Welcome to Crypto Inquiry, where we bring you the latest crypto news to keep you informed on important topics and changes. Nothing is meant as financial advice, and as always, do your own research. FTX collapse, celebrity endorsers flee. As Sam Bankman-Fried's trial date approaches, more and more people are distancing themselves from the platform and its founder. After the collapse of the exchange, investors were quick to pull their support, trying to avoid any association with FTX. But it's not just the investors who are distancing themselves. Even the celebrities who once endorsed the trading platform are now finding themselves in legal trouble. There is no surprise that Bankman-Fried used an extensive network of celebrity endorsements to attract new users to the platform. This strategy was a huge success and led to Bankman-Fried building a $32 billion fortune. However, now that the exchange has collapsed, those same celebrities are facing legal action. A class action attorney, Adam Moskowitz, has filed a lawsuit against those who supported the exchange in any way. The lawsuit claims that the platform was a house of cards designed to trick its users. The lawsuit names sports stars such as Shaquille O'Neal, Tom Brady, David Ortiz, Stephen Curry, and Gisele Bündchen among the endorsers of FTX. Investors claim that these promoters use deceptive practices to sell FTX. Shaq and other celebrities have denied any involvement with the exchange and insisted they were only paid for a commercial. One of the most talked about commercials during 2022's Super Bowl was an FTX ad featuring actor and comedian Larry David. In the ad, David is seen defacing various well-known inventions, such as the light bulb and the wheel. When presented with the FTX app, advertised as a safe and easy way to start investing, David takes a quick look and says, "Yeah, I don't think so, and I'm never wrong about this stuff." 10 months after the ad aired, FTX collapsed. Irony? Even the commissioner of the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, Caroline Pham, has deleted a post on her Twitter account that featured a photo of herself and Bankman-Fried. Do you believe the celebrity should be held responsible for the actions of the company they endorsed? Let us know in the comments below. FTX insider turns on Bankman-Fried. In the latest development in the ongoing case against Sam Bankman-Fried, former CEO of the now-defunct crypto exchange FTX, Nishad Singh, the former engineer-chief of FTX, has met with federal prosecutors from the Southern District of New York's U.S. Attorney's Office in a proffer session. Singh is the third of Bankman-Fried's close associates to seek a cooperation deal with prosecutors. While Singh is not currently facing any charges or accusations, his meeting with prosecutors could grant him limited immunity to share his knowledge in the case. However, it is still uncertain whether the prosecutors will offer him a cooperation deal. If Singh does enter into a cooperation deal, it could further isolate Bankman-Fried, who pleaded not guilty to 8 criminal counts last week. Prosecutors are particularly interested in Singh's role in the campaign finance side of FTX, as he has reportedly disbursed over $9.3 million to Democratic candidates and committees since 2020. As the case against Bankman-Fried and FTX continues to unfold, U.S. Attorney Damian Williams has issued a warning to any individuals involved in misconduct at FTX or its sister company, Alameda Research, urging them to get ahead of it before it's too late. What do you think about Singh's decision to seek a cooperation deal? And how do you think it will affect the case against Sam Bankman-Fried? If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing and check out the video on the screen. See you next time.